Welcome back to the Panasonic booth here live from the IFA 2012. My name is Patrice Bouidibida, and this time around I have the expert Kevin, who has his tablet PC in order to ask me some question. No, it has nothing to do. I do have my own tablet PC with all your questions, our Q&As concerning the topic home AV, but there's a reason why you do have your tablet PC on you, right?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it now for everybody, Patrice. When we come up, no doubt there's lots and lots of questions that have been asked by people out there that we're going to answer over the next 40 minutes. So if you do have any questions regarding any of the audio product from Panasonic, so any of your home theatres, sound bars, or any of the micro systems or hi-fi systems, put your questions in, and no doubt through the next 40 minutes, all will be revealed with my iPad I've got here with the smart device. Yes.
I really wanted to be asked questions and then give some nonsense answers to anything. Like, yes, it comes with a built-in toaster or anything like that.
No.
But all right, okay, everything is now clear. He's the expert. I do have your question, and I will start with the first one right away. The first one comes from Peter Ostenwald. I just believe that he must be German. Ostenwald sounds quite German.
Yes.
What disc can I play on my Blu-ray player?
Okay. On the Blu-ray players and the Blu-ray home theatre systems, you can play your CDs, your DVDs, and your Blu-ray discs, and both 2D and 3D Blu-ray discs. So it gives you 4 options: CD, DVD, Blu-ray, both 2D and 3D.
But could I also use like a CD-ROM, let's say, with some JPEGs stored on them?
Yes, it will. Yes, you can do. Yes. Any files that such as is compatible with the player, such as JPEGs, you can play them through off of disk, as well as things such file formats such as MKV as well, which is a video file format. You can play them back off of disk through the disk drive as well.
Okay, and some also offer an SD slot, so I could also like play movies or reading data from the SD card.
Absolutely. On the front of our Blu-ray players, if we just flick down here, we have USB and SD card slots on the front here. Likewise, you can plug your SD card in, your USB stick in, and play back file formats from that, such as JPEG, audio files, MP3 files, and also video files such as DivX and MKV formats as well.
By the way, I never thought of that, but let's say I do have an SD card with a movie on it, and a friend of mine has a USB stick on him. Would it be possible actually just to transfer it from the SD card over to the USB card via the player? Would that be possible?
Not via the player, no. You could do. Convert stuff on the Blu-ray recorders. So if you went over to another product, the product's at the end over here, the Blu-ray recorders, you could then take it off the SD card onto the hard drive and play around and then put it onto disk, but you couldn't put it back onto the USB stick. You'd have to do that on your PC.
Okay, so no sharing, considering sharing is limited to swiping and sharing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very good. So Peter, thank you for your answer. For your question. This was your answer. Put it that way. Oliver would like to know, can I connect my games console to my home theater kit?
Yes, you can. On many of a range of home theatre systems we have this year, they have 2 HDMI inputs in the back. So not only does it have an output to take your signal to your TV, it has 2 HDMI inputs. That allows you then to be able to connect auxiliary products such as games consoles, set-top boxes. So you might have a set-top, like a cable box, that you might want to get the sound out of that and utilise your speakers. So you can connect that via the 2 HDMI inputs.
And hooking up your gaming console into the system has the advantage so that you can also have access to the on-screen menus, I guess?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but basically what you're doing is you're taking the feed into the home theatre. So all the picture and sound's going into the home theatre, and then through the HDMI cable out of the home theatre, it's going up into your TV, so you can access everything from your games console through the TV, but getting the sound.
All right, so this is your answer, Oliver. Continuing on with a question coming from Max. What is a sound bar?
What is a sound bar?
Can I get drinks there?
No.
Is it just as value as a gold bar?
Not quite, but they are very, very useful if you don't want to have lots and lots of speakers around your room. Some people have a front room, and they might not want to have lots of speakers dotted around to get lots of sound coming through. So an option for people would be to buy a soundbar. So you can either mount the soundbar directly under the TV, either on the cabinet, on the piece of furniture that your TV's on, or onto the wall. We have some soundbars here.
So it's a bar.
It's a bar of sound.
It provides sound.
Yes, and they all have, they all come with a subwoofer. So for all your bass, sound comes through the subwoofers, which we have.
Any of these black
yeah.
boxes.
And some of them the soundbar talks to the subwoofer wirelessly. So you don't have to have cables. So
all of them?
Not all of them, some of them.
Okay.
Some of them. Some of them the range do. So you could put all your connections into the back of the soundbar, and then the soundbar will talk wirelessly to the sub to send all the bass frequency to the sub.
And pretty much you can hide the sub wherever you want. I mean,
yeah.
it's also supposed to be hidden somewhere because anyway, it's just like the low frequencies. You're not supposed to be able. You're not supposed to be able to detect them at all.
Well, no, you can hide it wherever you want, as long as it has it has to have a power source going to it. It has to have power going to it. But you can locate your subwoofer anywhere within the room as long as it's in connectivity with the with the soundbar.
Right. All right. So this is the explanation for a soundbar, Max. Coming to the next one, Finn would like to know, how long does it take for contents to load and play? Then again, I believe it's a matter of how big
the data is that you're trying to read. Because Blu-ray discs do carry a lot more data, that's one of the advantages of having Blu-ray, because obviously it is Full HD. Full HD does mean that there's going to be a lot more content on there. It will take slightly longer to load a Blu-ray player, Blu-ray disc, perhaps to a DVD. However, we do have on all of our Blu-ray products this year, we have what's called Quick Start. So it will automatically start up a lot quicker, boot up a lot quicker, and get to the beginning of the disc a lot faster than we ever had in the past.
And what about something like an HD movie on an SD card or a USB stick?
That's different. The SD card and USB, again, once the device has already been turned on, it's powered up, you put your SD card in and USB, it will read it very, very quickly, and you'll be able to get on and watch your film or play back your music as quick as possible.
Okay. So, Finn, hopefully this is the answer you were looking for. Thank you again for your question. Kirsten, can I use the internet on my home cinema?
Yes, you can. So our home theatre systems that we have, home cinema systems we have over here.
As I can see from the numbers, we have 3 of them here.
We have 3 of them here. There are more in the range.
And all of them are having an internet connection?
Yeah, some have Wi-Fi. Yeah, they all have an Ethernet connection on the back.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Check.
Yep. They all the range, all of the Blu-ray home theatre range has an Ethernet connection on the back of them. And then some of them within the range will also have Wi-Fi built in. So if you wanted to talk...
That would be the top of the range model then?
In actual fact, all of these 3 models we have here all have Wi-Fi.
They are more hi-fi system than only those.
Yeah, there is, yes.
Of course.
We can't, unfortunately, get them all out, but so we've got three of the configurations here. Yes, these ones all here have Wi-Fi built in, so they can wirelessly talk to your router, and then they will be able to access internet content. And we've talked a lot since we've been here over the last few days about Viera Connect. Yep. It will be able to go onto the Viera Connect platform and be able to utilize the apps that are on the Viera Connect platform. Also, via internet, we've also talked a lot about streaming content from other devices via DLNA. These are compatible with DLNA as well, so they will be able to be a client for a server, so you can send your content from a Blu-ray recorder or a NAS drive, an online storage device. You can send that content or a PC to these devices as well.
Quite convenient, I would say. Kerstin, this is your answer. Coming out to a question from Maya. Do I need an amplifier to set up a sound system, or can I plug speakers into the TV?
Okay. You will need to have an amplifier of some sort. You can't plug the speaker straight into the side of a Panasonic TV.
Except those are active.
Yeah.
Meaning that they have an amplifier of their own.
They have their own power source. Yeah, right. An amplifier source. Soundbars. They have an amplifier based into them, so you can plug one of them straight into the TV and then use the amplifier that's built into the soundbars. We also have a model which is similar to this, which is a sourceless device. So it's using these type of speakers and a subwoofer.
Yep.
Okay, but it doesn't have a disc drive. It doesn't have a Blu-ray disc, because you might already have purchased a DVD player or a Blu-ray player. Okay. So all you want to do is amplify your sounds. So what you can do is attach the sub and the 2 speakers to the TV, the sub to the TV, and the 2 speakers plug into the sub, and then you can get sound out in amplifiers.
Okay. So this is your answer, dear Maya. Thank you for your question. Coming to Bela. Bela would like to know, is there an app for the Blu-ray player?
There is an app for the Blu-ray player. We have lots of different apps. I'll quickly show you the app for the Blu-ray player because I've got all...
You got quite a few there.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of apps here, so various different apps that we have across here. So if we go into this little app here, hopefully it will load.
Oh yeah.
So we've got to tell which region, Europe. So we go into Europe, and we go done.
Oh, can I connect your local network?
It will give a demonstration. So there we go. We have various different. So yesterday I showed you how this all works. So you can actually go in and go to a controller. So you have your virtual controller. So we have an app for the Blu-ray players, which you can use. If I just come back out of that, and if I go to this application here, which is we also have, Patrice, a app for the home theatre systems as well. So not only do we have an app for the Blu-ray players, the Blu-ray recorders,
Lumix cameras.
Lumix cameras. What else have we got an app for?
As for myself, I already have like
what are these?
Oh, yeah, of course.
The TV.
But this one is included for the television anyway. Like
yeah.
Swipe. When it comes to swipe and share.
Yes, that's correct. So if I now go in.
But what I could easily also do now, also with the Blu-ray player, which includes most of them, pretty much have already VR Connect included.
Yes. So we're going to quickly load it up. So we're going to quickly load it. So hopefully it's not going to find anything. It's going to go into demonstration mode. So there we go. So if we get it to open. So there we go. So there you go. You can all see that I can now fully control my home theatre. So if I wanted to turn the sound volume up, I can do so by using my smart device. Again, as like all of our other apps, they're free to download onto your smart device, whether it be iOS or Android. And this really lets you get interactive with your product. It gets you really, really engaged with it in a different way, perhaps, than you ever had, than the boring remote control.
But this is really crazy, just like seeing that the surface of that application on that tablet PC is far bigger than the surface of the Blu-ray player itself.
It is, but you can obviously get a smart device, a smartphone, and be able to, and it has the same on there as well.
But still, I'm not over the fact that everything is getting smaller and thinner. I used to have an amplifier as huge as, I don't know, anything.
And if you want your remote control, there you go. You've got your virtual remote control there, look. So if we go back and just quickly show you some of the advantages of having the app is we can do lots of different things. So you can change the speaker setup. So here, I don't know if we can zoom in on this little picture here. We have it set up now that the speakers are actually doing 3D sound. So do you know how they do that?
Of course not. That's why I'm here in a presenter.
I will tell you. It's virtually creating, through virtual and real speakers, 30 different speaker spots, so it immerses the whole room in sound. So if you bought your best 3D Blu-ray disc, put it into your 3D Blu-ray home theatre, you're going to get the best sound quality out because it's going to virtually create the cinematic conditions that the director of the film
So
wanted.
why bother for a wall of sound when you can have a room full of sound?
Absolutely.
Of course.
And probably some of the other things you can do is if you wanted to use, we talked about VR Connect and about social networking.
Exactly.
You've got an iPad, you've got your keypad there. And probably the cool thing is if I turn it now, that way, we've changed it. So if you wanted to have a retro application, so using the app as a retro look.
That's the trend of 2012, having some high-tech HD device with a tablet PC, but just have a look of an analog old amplifier.
Absolutely.
Why not?
And if you want to change the color or change the style, you can do that as well.
But you see, but that's what I mean. You just worked on the devices as to a degree that they become like that small, and then you just prefer to have a visual of an old bulky amplifier. That makes no sense to me.
Well, it's just cool. You can get really interactive, really customise your experience of using your home theatre. I'm sure people will have lots and lots of fun using that application.
Apparently, yes, but I admit they look cool. Yeah. I admit they look really cool as an application for this tiny little player.
Absolutely.
And not only for this tiny little player, you pretty much can control everything here thanks to that app. So, Bela, this is your answer. We're coming now to the next question. It's a hot topic. Andreas, Marco, Misha, Ezra, Hoskor simply would like to know something about the sound quality. What is it you can tell us about the sound quality?
The sound quality.
Apparently there must be a difference of sound when you have a different type of loudspeaker settings.
Okay. Yep. If we just move this way a little bit.
Of course.
we have various different speaker configurations.
Right.
The speaker configuration will determine the quality of the sound, because
Right.
the more speakers you have, the more sound you're going to get, a virtual sound and surround sound that you're going to be able to achieve. We have the sound bars, which we've already established a one straight line of sound underneath the TV.
Right.
We also then have what is called a 2.1 system, which is where you have two speakers.
And 0.1 for the low frequency coming from the subwoofer.
From the sub, correct. And then you have 5 speakers. So we have 4.
2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Yep.
And of course the center.
Center speaker, correct. And then you will also have your sub. And then you have a table, what we call half tall boy speakers. Okay, so we then have one of the 590, a high quality, and as you can see, they've got double cones. So these have only got single cone, this has got double cone, so again, you're going to get a better sound quality. So as you go up through the range with Panasonic, you're going to get better sound quality as you go up. Now, all these models, these 2 models here, are 1,000 watts. Okay, so that gives you a real high quality sound, some pretty loud. This one here is 520. Okay, because obviously it's only got 2 speakers, whereas compared to the other ones where they've got more speakers. Now, these speakers are very, very lightweight. They weigh roughly the same as possibly, I don't know, half a pound of Dundee cake smashed up, or something very, 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 very light. They're very, very light indeed. So you could easily mount them on the wall or have them sat on a cabinet tabletop if you wanted to.
And also, it's a matter of where you want to put the system into, what kind of room. I mean, if it's a professional club, then it's definitely not going to be sufficient as a professional PA.
No.
But if it's just a little office or like a bedroom or a smaller living room, of course, that's where you should also be aware that sometimes too much is not going to make any more sense.
No, exactly. It's all about getting the surround, if you can, the sound around you, where you're going to get the best experience. Because 2 of your speakers are for the front, right. 2 of the speakers are for the back, right. And then you have, as you rightly said, you have your center speaker for the dialogue. Right. And your low frequency speaker. Obviously, you're losing some of the speakers here. We also do a model which has half tall boy speakers. So we have floor standing speakers. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't want to put them on furniture around and you wanted just to have them on the floor, we have them. They come up to about here, and they're floor standing speakers as well, which you can add.
Okay. So much for the sound quality. Thank you for that hot topic. We're coming now to the next question, coming from Surround Guy, talking about a room full of sound. Now the Surround Guy. What is the maximum number of speakers I can connect wirelessly? Okay, wirelessly, we've always established wired, because all these speakers are going to be connected through wires to the base unit, the head unit. We also have an accessory that you can buy, which then will give you 2 further speakers. Okay. What for?
So you can then make it from 5.1 to 7.1. And some of the new titles, some of the new Blu-ray films that are coming out are now cut in 7.1 sound. Right. So you get, again, another 2 added speakers. You're going to get more sounds and more a surround sound by having 2 extra speakers. So the way that works is you buy 2 speakers and a receiver. The receiver talks to the head unit, and then the receiver will then send the signal to the 2 extra speakers. I see. So it makes a total of 3 then that you can use wirelessly. 2. Because the others are wired. Yes. 2. Oh, because this one doesn't come with the wireless subwoofer? No, it doesn't need, because you already have the subwoofer already. You already have that as part of that. You're just adding 2 more speakers. Okay, so I couldn't add 2 more speakers on the other system, the soundbar. No, it's only on, it's not been it's only on these ones here that you can add. Okay, I see. Thank you. Then here we have a poll. We're again throwing in some question, as we wanted to know. No home entertainment system is complete without a Blu-ray display or recorder, widescreen LCD TV, or surround sound loudspeaker setup. And yes, I agree. 60% have the same opinion as I do. It's about the surround sound loudspeaker setup. Because it is said that 70% of the experience of watching a movie comes from the sound itself, that actually throws you into the realm of the story. And only 10% are looking for a new Blu-ray disc player, but 30% would like to have a widescreen LCD TV, because they always want to have a bigger and bigger one, just like. Absolutely. That's a different story. So thank you for that participation. Also thank you to the question coming from Surround Guy. Here's the next one from Steve L. Do you have a product that plays my iTunes wirelessly? Okay. Yes, we do have a product that will play your tunes from your smart device, your Apple device, up onto the TV. And that, in actual fact, is over the other side of the of here. So
why don't we just move over there and then you could show us the specific item?
Let's go.
I have kind of an idea which one you mean. Hold on, Kevin. I just heard that you might have a slight problem with your sound. I'm looking for a microphone. There it is.
Yes, so we have our hi-fi system wall here, which is where we've got lots of different products.
Okay, should I turn on the volume a bit? It's over here. It's quite loud.
It is quite loud, yes. Now, Patrice, do you know how that is getting that sound? Do you know how that sound's getting to that from here, which you're to there? Do you know how?
Well, apparently it's using AirPlay, as it says here.
Yes, correct. AirPlay is a setting that you have on your Apple devices to be able to transfer sound from the Apple device onto another AirPlay-enabled product. We have a couple of products within our range here, which is the HC57 here. And this little APO1 sound station here, which you can also stream your content from. So it's very, very easy. What you've got here is we've got a tablet here, and we've got various different tracks, and we have an AirPlay symbol. And if I just press the AirPlay symbol, it tells me that we have a couple of different things here hooked up to it. So
the 57 is either...
There's a black one here. So we have a black, it says black and white. So
because we also have a black and white up there.
Yeah, we're going to go to the black one here, which has got AirPlay because this one's turned on. So if we now put the track on. So it'll take a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, they're playing our song.
So there we go. It's streaming our sound, and you can actually control the volume from using our smart device here as well, quite happily. And yeah, in a nice, easy way. So wherever you are around the house, yeah, as long as you're in a Wi-Fi connectivity with your products, you can then stream your content from your smart device, your Apple device, up on through your HC57 or your APO1, both these products, and be able to hear it in quality. And there's no loss in sound quality. We have digital processing that goes on to ensure that we retain all the quality that you've purchased through iTunes that remains in the track.
So there you go. This is your way of using your iTunes library and being able just to listen to it on a bigger scale than only with the built-in loudspeakers of your computer. Coming to the next question by Tobias Turner. What are Dundee cakes?
I don't know. A crocodile might have
what are Dundee cakes?
Let's move on from that.
I think
it is a Saturday afternoon, I suppose. Perhaps people are sitting down for tea already. I don't know.
Jessica would like to know how many external HDDs, so hard disk drives, can I connect to talk to my Blu-ray home cinema? I think just like one.
Yes.
As you just have one USB connection. So
that is correct. So to directly put into the home theatre, you only have one.
But could I use a hub? A USB hub?
Yeah, you can use your hub, yep.
And would you recognize them several?
Yeah, as long as they're file formats that's recognised by the player, then it would do. You could actually, again, remembering what I said about DNA, you can use other products around the house that you could stream content through up onto the home theatre system, and then that will come through to your TV, and obviously the sound quality will come through the speakers as well.
Also, I think it depends like what kind of hub you're using. It needs to perhaps it needs to be also like powered by itself, because this one is not going to be sufficient. So, Jessica, yes, you can. And thank you for your question. Oh, there you are. Sorry. Sandra would like to know, what does DLNA certified means? Is it an industry standard?
It is an industry standard. It's called Digital Living Network Alliance, and it's a standardization given to products that can talk to each other. And what I think the way that I explain it is it's a language a common language that PCs can talk to other electronic products. Again, a classic example of this would be, say we sent someone away on holiday. They took a Lumix camera, because I know you've been talking about Lumix cameras today,
yes.
and also a camcorder, a Panasonic camcorder, because you've also been talking about those today. They take lots and lots of footage. They come back to lots and lots of images and lots of video. They come back to their home. They load it onto their PC. And then they're editing their photos and their movie footage. But what they want to do, really, rather than watching it on their PC upstairs, they want to show everybody on their 50-inch plasma downstairs. So the way they can do that, rather than having to put it onto an SD card or onto USB or running a long cable down the stairs from the back of the PC, what they could do is just stream it via what's called through DLNA, which is where the PC is using the same network as the DLNA product to receive it, and they receive it through the TV, and you can watch it that way. Or you can do it through your Blu-ray player or your Blu-ray home theater as well, because they're all DLNA.
See, it's that easy, dear Sandra, so hopefully now you know what DLNA stands for. Thank you for your question. Continuing with a question coming from Gerhard. Can I use AirPlay with the Panasonic soundbars? Okay, the only soundbar, not the soundbars we were looking to previously, the only products that are available for AirPlay are the APO1 and the HC57. So only these two products here that have AirPlay-enabled software in them to understand to be able to do so. So it's just these two products here. Okay, so Gerhard, just the two there. Coming to the next one, Esra Osgård would like to know, do you prefer, which connection do you prefer for home theater systems, optical or coaxial? Do they have much difference? Okay, yes, they do. Optical is digitally, coaxial is analog, so you're going to get a much better quality sound through an optical cable than you will do through a coaxial cable, an analog signal. So, but really, isn't digital in the first? That's what I still don't get till today. Optical will give you the best quality. We always recommend, and if you can, use HDMI. Now, you can send sound through your HDMI cables as well now. We have a thing called ARC, which is audio return channel. Right. You might have heard of this before, but on the back of our TVs, HDMI connection number 2 is what's called ARC enabled. And that allows you to send the sound back down the HDMI cable into your home theatre, and then your TV sound will come through your home theatre speakers. Right. So you don't have to have a coaxial or an optical cable. You could just use the one HDMI cable you're using for your home theatre system. So you rather go for the optical than the coaxial, but the best choice would be HDMI. Yeah. There you go. Coming to the next one by Greta. I heard the app can emulate 3D surround sound. Is that true? Is that pretty much what we just been talking about? Yeah, we did. Yes, it does. The way it does that is through virtual software and using frequencies. It imitates that you have 30 speakers in different locations around the room, so you get fully immersed in the 3D experience. Watching 3D films is all about getting fully immersed into the experience, and sound, as we've already established, is very, very important in that. So this 3D virtual surround sound gives you that the director's sound quality that he wanted you to be able, or she wanted you to hear the filming. Okay. So yes, Greta, this your answer. She's rather short. Carl, what is the benefit using the? Carl would like to know what is the benefit using the audio return channel. I think you just mentioned that. There's two reasons: it's quality, and secondly, it reduces the amount of cables. Now, no doubt, most people don't want to have lots and lots of cables coming in and out on the back of the TV. Right. Because it does look a little bit ugly. So what do you do with them? How do you hide them? Especially if you have a soundbar connected underneath. So using audio return channel removes one of those cables. You just use the one cable to do everything for you, and that's a HDMI cable. Okay. And as I can hear, it's going to be time for a poll right after this answer. No home entertainment system is complete without a Blu-ray disc player or recorder, widescreen LCD TV, or surround sound loudspeaker setup. So this time around, it's not about the widescreen LCD TV. It's in between the Blu-ray disc player and recorder. We have 8 more seconds for this poll to go. Apparently, really, when it comes to home entertainment, it's not about the TV. Okay, it's done. 0% believe that it's the widescreen LCD TV when it comes to a completed home entertainment system. It's that 25% believe it's about the Blu-ray disc player or recorder, and 75% are going to the surround sound loudspeaker setup. It's the only way just to make your home theater experience complete. Thank you for your participation on this poll. We're coming now to Wolfgang Hubertus, who would like to know, is it difficult to sync my audio system with the home cinema?
No, it's not. To sync these to each other, all you need to do is making sure you're talking to the same Wi-Fi connections to the same router. With the apps, when we are syncing our smart devices to the home theatres to be able to use our control, the remote controls, again, the home theatres have to be talking to the same router as the smart devices as well. Once you've got that bridge of the router, they will be able to communicate with each other, and you get full operation, as we've already explained with some of the apps that we've demonstrated today, this afternoon.
But is that the correct phrase? Is it really possible to sync your audio system with the home cinema? Isn't it more about to connect it? Because syncing to me means, to have the same data on it. When I sync my smartphone with my computer, I expect them just to have the same amount of context and also music as already told, and that's what I see syncing. But it's more about connecting.
It's more about connecting rather than syncing, because the devices that you're syncing are two completely different devices. So
right, and also it seems that the home theater systems seem to be quite easy because they even color-coded, so
yes.
you won't get the wrong cable into the wrong
that's
plug.
Right, yes. So it makes it a very, very easy setup as well, because a lot of people have problems of understanding whereabouts they're supposed to put the speakers around the room. It's quite confusing. You've got all these speakers. Where are they supposed to go around the room, or how am I going to put them in the front of the TV? When you first put on our Blu-ray home theatre systems, it comes up with a page saying Smart Setup. And you allow, in the box with your Blu-ray home theatre comes a little cable with a little microphone on the end of it. You plug that into the headphone socket, and it then takes you through a smart setup system where it actually tells you...
the systems are coming with a...
Yeah, tiny little microphone that you can then set your speakers correctly, and you can have them at different levels so you get the perfect sound around your room.
So I would say yes, they're quite easy to set up and therefore also to connect to your home cinema. Continuing with Ilya, what is ARC? You just mentioned it.
Yeah, it's no problem. Audio return channel. It's something that's quite new to the industry, only 3 or 4 years old. It's just where you utilise the HDMI cable to be able to send sound back down into your home theatre. Traditionally, when you've plugged in a Blu-ray player or Blu-ray home theatre system, all the information's gone one way. It's gone up to the TV. Well, now you can send a signal back down from the TV to the Blu-ray home theatre using the HDMI for sound, and you get your sound coming through your speakers. So not only have you got your Blu-ray discs or your DVD discs or your CDs playing in 5-point run surround sound, you also have the TV playing into that as well.
And exactly, that's ARC. Ilya, thank you for your question. Coming now to I Like Live at IFA. Great, and we love you. What is behind you in that room? Well, this is a secret. We cannot really talk about it. But Kevin, if you want,
yeah,
of course, we can even show you what is in there, but then we might have to kill you afterwards. I don't know if the camera's going to be able... This is... What is it? Like a sound booth?
It's a sound booth. So if you come down to IFA, you can experience the immersion of the sounds. So you can actually pull that way.
There's no light.
There's very little light. So... the guys can go and have a little look. And in here we have it set up. We have a 590 home theatre system that we were discussing a little bit earlier, all set up. We also have...
this is the one, by the way, that we just gave away today to our competitors who participated in a little show. So
we've got the 590 set up, so you can actually get fully immersed in the sounds. And we also have the PMX5. And we haven't really talked about the PMX5. We've talked about the HC57, which is the microsystems, the different colour microsystems we have outside. They are a 40-watt system, very streamlined, very, very stylish. But the PMX5, some of you might have remembered years and years ago we had a brand called Technics.
Yes, of course. The 1210 turntable.
Yeah.
The legendary.
Absolutely. The professional DJ equipment. Technics from Panasonic, we don't use that name anymore. We manufacture products under one global name, which is Panasonic. However, some of the high quality technology they put into Technics is now in this product over here, which is the PMX5. So it's a very, very high quality sound system. This is actually 120 watts.
Yep.
So it's a high quality, high output, brushed metal finish to it. You can dock your iPod at the front of it here as well, so you can utilize the disk drive or your iPod, so you can put that in there. But these burnt charcoal cones in here are very, very porous. So that means that they they let through sound very, very easily. So in that case, they can really ensure that they maintain the correct frequencies in the sound, so you don't get any distortion in your sound. So you get the best sound quality possible through these little speakers here.
Definitely. But I think also one of the reasons why you got not rid, but why Technic doesn't exist anymore, it's because technologies have changed so much. Panasonic was dedicated solely to visual, and Technic was about audio. But nowadays you cannot really separate them, so I think that was the reason why they decided just to have. There's
various different reasons, and we can be here discussing that until the cows come home. But you know, the important thing to remember is that Technics was a major part and has a major heritage within Panasonic, and a lot of that heritage technology that was around years ago has now been installed. All it's missing is the badge, really.
Right. Okay. So now you know not only what's in that room, but also what's behind the names that have changed. Thank you anyway for this question. Coming to the next one by Ebba. Ebba would like to know, can you connect any smartphone to your audio system?
Yes, you can. You can download an app onto Apple or onto Android. And if I quickly just go and grab my iPad.
But it really depends on which way you want to connect it. I mean, I can use AirPlay on these nice devices.
You can use AirPlay, but you can also use another little app. So if you just hold that for me, sir.
Of course.
If I just open it up, and if I just come out of that, and we go into the stereo app.
I can hold the mic. That's just going to be easy.
Okay, so we've gone into another app here, and this allows you now to use this smart device as a remote control for your APO1 or your HC57. So it allows you to be able to either control the flat heavy, so your equalizer, or you can control it and have it as a remote control. So that's exactly the same as the remote control you get in the box.
We know this is a tablet PC, not a smartphone, but it pretty much works the same way.
Smartphone, yeah, or a tablet, any smart device, Android or iOS based. And probably the cool thing you can do, you're going to like this a lot, Patrice, is now I've changed it onto the side. This allows me to open or close my disk drive. So I now can load my disk in, close it, and all done remotely through my app. And if you don't like blue today, perhaps you're feeling a little bit pink, Patrice?
Yes, I always feel quite pink.
Or even a little bit red, a bit like me. You can go for red. So you can really change the colour. So again, very much getting interactive with your product.
According to the existing colour, so you just feel...
Absolutely, and we make the microsystems in different colours as well, so you can actually buy the correct microsystem to match your furnishings or your wallpaper you may have at home.
All right, so yes, you can connect your smartphone to your audio system. Now we're coming to the last question for this segment. A Panasonic fan, is it possible to play the music on the soundbar SCHTB 550 from my iPad? It's the one that we just saw inside, but it doesn't support AirPlay.
That's the soundbar. So that's the 550.
It's the one that we just had inside.
No, that's the one that's over there. That's the 590. You're getting confused with your.
Yeah, but that's why you're the expert, and I'm just the guy who's asking questions.
Patrice, the amount of model numbers we have but the 550. Can I play a sound from my iPad directly to my 550? No, but what you can do with it is you would have to put your sound. What you could do is in actual fact you can't. So no.
Wait a minute. This is like a
From your iPad, you
home
can't.
theater system.
Yeah, but
Does it have a Blu-ray player?
No, with the soundbars, the soundbars don't have an app for them at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, it's just the app that works with the home theatres with the audio ports here. The soundbars bars don't. So unfortunately, no, you can't from your.
See, that's why I'm
smart
totally
device.
confused, because the whole time we were talking about the soundbar, I just saw like the number. I mean, I'm not so familiar with all the numbers. Really.
Someone's trying to. That's a very good question. Someone's out there is very on the ball on a Saturday afternoon. They're trying to trip me up, but no, the answer is you can't do that.
Because
no.
if it would have been like the 590, the home theater system,
You would have been able to do it.
Yeah, no, you would be able to use Smart Viera and be able also to swipe and share your music then on your system.
Not quite. No, that's just purely for Viera.
But there's Smart Viera in the home theater system, isn't it?
We're getting there. We've got a couple more days of people writing in questions to us. And by I think Tuesday, I think we will.
Am I
have
totally
it sorted.
wrong?
Yes, you are.
Damn it! So you see, not everything that I'm saying is pretty much nothing of what I'm saying that makes any sense. But there you go, Panasonic fan. No, it's not possible, unfortunately. But thank you anyway for your question, and thank you also for your attention. This is the end of this segment. But we'll be back at 5 o'clock. This time we're going to talk about Smart Viera. You know what? I'm going to talk to Matthew and going to ask him again if it's going to work or not. But Kevin, thank you so much anyway for this segment. See you tomorrow then, and hopefully see you then in how many minutes? What time is it right now? In 20 minutes, right here, live from the Panasonic booth at the IFA 2012. Patrice Boudibida and Kevin, thank you.